Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Chris, and on today's video we're talking about a fragrance from the house of Cartier. In today's video we have a fragrance that is part of the Rivieres de Cartier line. So this is their like beachy, aquatic, very seaside type resort collection, and they have three in this range, and I did review the previous one, which is Luxuriance. I can't say they're in French, but Luxuriance is this one here. And the one that we have on today's video is Rivieres de Cartier Insouciance. I can't say it all. It will insert it down here. But this is what the box looks like. Like the other one is going to be the blue one. This is like the coral type of red color. And then there's also a yellow one in this range. This fragrance was very green, very herbal type of fragrance, kind of, similar to Pacific Chill. This is very much a fragrance that is trendy at the moment, which is green, aquatic type of fragrance for the summertime. So this one is definitely one that you would probably like. It's not the best, it's not the most unique fragrance out there, but I would say that it is one that would be popular and trendy at the moment. But then we have this guy here, and this one is a little bit interesting. And the reason I say it's interesting is because it smells similar to a lot of other Cartier fragrances. It smells similar to the green Eau de Cartier. It smells similar to Carat by Cartier, but it's a little bit different. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit, not as heavy as those scents, although Carat by Cartier is not a heavy scent by any means. This one itself is going to be a little bit lighter, a little bit more fresh, a little bit more beachside. So here we have the bottle, and it does match the actual packaging. So it does have that beautiful coral orange type of look to it. And then it also has a little detail on the spine there. It says Rivieres de Cartier. This is an eau de toilette concentration fragrance. And just so you do know, they are refillable. So you can take off your lid here, and then you twist this guy. At least you're supposed to, and the entire top comes off. Very nice. A lot of fragrance brands are starting to do this, to become more sustainable, to be a little bit more friendly to the environment. That way we're not throwing a bunch of glass bottles in the trash can. And also the little stoppers inside, they do end up in the trash can and, in the oceans, unfortunately. So like I said, this fragrance reminds me a little bit of Carat. It's really very similar to Carat. It's also a little bit similar to the green Eau de Cartier fragrance, but by all means, it's a lot more similar to Carat as a fragrance overall. This fragrance only comes in 100 ml bottles or 3.4 fluid ounces. So this one would retail for $117, which is fairly decent. It's actually very affordable. It is an eau de toilette concentration, and you will get out of this one anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. And that is by applying it to clean skin and, putting a lotion underneath of your fragrance and doing all of that shabam. You will get about 4 hours, maybe 5 if you're lucky. The refill for this fragrance is 200 mils, and they do retail for $138 US. So it's 20 bucks. What is it? 20 bucks? It's 20 bucks for essentially double the size to get your refill. So if you don't really care for the bottle, I know you're not supposed to do this, but if you don't really care for the bottle, then I would say to go ahead and get yourself a refill one, and then, buy an atomizer if you like the fragrance overall, because it'll be cheaper in the long term. You're going to get more juice. You're just not going to get the pretty bottle. The bottle itself, like I said, is not the most beautiful thing out there. I did say that about the other fragrance itself. On the lid, you do get this little detail on there. You also get some details on the side here. Not on this side though, and not on the top side of here. If you can see that, it's very plain. The lid itself doesn't feel the most, heavy, the most premium, and the most expensive. On your sprayer, you do get the Cartier logo at the top. It does say the information at the bottom. It is nice, it is simplistic, but from Cartier, I'm used to seeing a lot better packaging. Cartier usually makes some pretty bomb packaging, if you ask me. We saw that with L'Envol, which is that beautiful bottle that you can twist and then pull out the refill. We saw that with Eau de Cartier, Carat, Declaration, Pasha. All of those fragrances have absolutely superb quality when it comes to their packaging. And this one, it's not necessarily bad, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily good either. So kind of comparing this one with Luxuriance, which is that green one that we have here, I will say that this one is nicer. It's more mass appealing, so it's going to be something that's going to be liked by a lot more people. It's going to have floral, fresh qualities to the fragrance itself. The notes on this fragrance are iris and violet, and it also lists fruit tree notes. I'm not sure what they mean by that. I'm assuming it's like, a peach tree or or a fig tree. It doesn't really state. It just states fruit tree notes, which I can see the fruity elements in it. If you ask me, I think that the previous one that we did review, Luxuriance, is a little bit more fruity than this one. But you do see some tropical beach type fruits in this fragrance here. But I'm going to say it's going to be more iris heavy on this fragrance here. It's going to have some violet touches, which I feel like is what we're carrying over from Karat to this one here. I'm assuming it also has some musk in here as well because it does have that fresh quality as well as aquatic notes. It's not going to be a bad aquatic note, like for example with Edmond Rock by Dior. Don't ever ask me to review that fragrance, Edmond Rock by Dior. I have a story to tell you. They sent me a sample, and I'm sorry, it's off topic. They sent me a sample of that fragrance, and I had the worst migraine. I mean, I was one of those Karens that walks by the perfume department just to say that she's allergic. But I literally had the worst reaction to that fragrance ever. I had nausea, I had a headache. I was like, this is nasty. It wasn't necessarily a bad smelling fragrance, but it was one of those fragrances where you're like, it just smells too synthetic at this point, and not in a good way. Because synthetic fragrances can smell really good, but in this case, it was really bad. What is my verdict on this fragrance? I would certainly say that this fragrance is nice. It's going to be light, it's going to be airy, it's going to be, yada yada, what you're looking at a Rivieres type of collection, obviously. The problem with this fragrance to me is, and I'm going to probably get hate with this one as well as I have gotten hate with the Aqua Liguria collection. You can make very fresh, very clean, very minimal type of fragrances, but still have a unique factor to them. The reason I say that's because we can look at Louis Vuitton. Although Louis Vuitton's a higher price point, you do get, that unique factor out of all of their freshy type of fragrances. Cartier typically does do a really good job when it comes to manufacturing that. This fragrance is a creation by Mathilde Laurent and was launched in 2021. But I will say that it's not the most unique thing out there. It does smell like Karat. So if you have Karat and you like that one and you've tried some of the Eau de Cartier line, I would probably say to try those over this one because they're a lot nicer. They're a lot more unique, if you ask me. It's not a bad fragrance by any means. It smells good, but it's not unique and it's not groundbreaking by any means. Florals for spring, groundbreaking. I would say both of these overall are a little bit disappointing to me because out of Cartier, I'm used to seeing some really unique creations, and typically they do that with a lot of their fragrances, even though there is a little thing that runs through the house of Cartier, which is that like iris powderiness. It's a little bit bright and happy, which is that type of Cartier DNA in a fragrance. This one itself and the other one that we reviewed from the same collection just screams generic to me. It kind of screams cleaning product, and I know that's probably mean, and I know someone's gonna get mad because in the Aqua Liguria collection video, I did state that that fragrance smelled like a room spray, and people like took that to heart. But anywho, this fragrance, like I said, is not bad. If you like it, by all means, wear it. I'm very happy for you. I'm very happy you found something affordable in a world where a lot of things are not affordable. That is a really nice thing to get. Let me know if you want me to try the yellow one in this range too. Like I said, they were not my favorites, but that is the beauty about fragrance reviews. You are able to go and find the person that you trust and the person that you find your taste align with, and see their reviews and see if they like it, and maybe you'll like it. But for me, this was not a go ahead. I would say that probably Luxuriance has a nice factor to it because it's kind of like a dupe. It's not necessarily a dupe, but similar to Pacific Chill. This one's similar to Karat by Cartier, and I would certainly say that if you're looking for the fragrance of Karat by Cartier, you can probably find it and like that one a little bit better because it is a little bit nicer. But definitely let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this fragrance down below. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Also subscribe for more fragrance-related content, and I hope to see you on the next video. See you next time. Bye.